Okay, welcome to the tips for the 5th of October 2024. Let's do a quick recap of last weekend. So, last weekend we did get a few scratchings in there, quite a few that were skipped. But for those that met the odds, we looked and made $2.52. These are the ones that met the odds over 18 selections for the weekend. So, there wasn't too much last weekend. If we have a look at how we went overall, if you disregard the odds, we made $3.59. Again, that is theoretical on the $30 liability. Had you risked 3,000, that would be $3.59. And still only the one loss out of 466 selections now, which is a fairly good strike rate. So I've done the tips for today. It's a really good day of racing, but very competitive at some of the metro areas. So let's get into it so I can get this posted. I didn't get anything at Randwick or Flemington. Now it is big. It's a big meeting at both. Some stakes racing today, so some really good horses running around there. And while there are some at long odds, they obviously are really good horses. So while it's all relative, those good horses can put in a winning chance, even at those odds. So I have stayed away from it. I also couldn't find anything at Doomben or Wagga. Even though Wagga was a terrible meet, I just couldn't find anything that would would be worth laying there. So in the end, I've got 20 selections for today across the other tracks that are on. So let's quickly go through them. It's Morphettville Race 2, number 5. He's outclassed in a small field. I'm willing to lay that at any odds, up to 1,000. Morphettville Race 3, number 6. Looking at its form, it's done pretty good on the good ground. It's done pretty good on soft and heavy ground. It has not done well on good ground. This one looks like it's just a bit of a fitness run. It wants a bit further in the distance, so I'm willing to go up to 120. Then we jump to Kalgoorlie, where I've got a few. Race 1, number 4, it's outclassed and out of form. The fixed odds are at 201, so I expect that one's going to go off at 1,000 to 1. So look, I'll lay it at 1,000 to 1. It's not going to win, but we won't make much out of that. Kalgoorlie Race 2, number 7. It's a tough race. It's going to be at the back of the field. I'm willing to go up to 150. Kalgoorlie Race 4, number 6. It's outclassed and it's not rating well in this race, but I'm only willing to go up to the $60. Then race 5, number 8. The trainer just wants to see their horse run today. It's pretty much got no chance. Saying that, I'm willing to go up to the 250 just in case. There wasn't much else in the race that inspired me that could win, but I don't think this horse can win. Kalgoorlie Race 6, number 9. It's lost too many races to these horses that are actually in this race, so I'm willing to go up to the $500 in the odds. Then we go to Newcastle Race 5, number 13. It's outclassed. It's going to try to get to the front. It's done that in its previous races. It seems to die in the last 150 meters. I expect that will happen again, so don't be surprised if it is actually winning. It can be a bit of an issue when horses do get to the lead, and sometimes if it's been a slow race, they can hold it. So look, I'm only willing to go to $60 on that one for that reason, but I don't expect it to win. Gold Coast Race 5, number 5. It had poor trials and its first run was terrible. I'm willing to go up to 50 just because the race is also pretty poor. Then we jump to Darwin Race 1, number 8. It raced okay before it went to Darwin, and then it went to Darwin and it does not like the all-weather track. So this is definitely a horse that hates the all-weather track. So I'm willing to risk up to $200 here. In race 2, we've got two horses, number 7 and 9. Number 7's not running well enough to win here, so willing to go up to $400. And number 9, it can't win from the barrier on this track. It's going to get back and it's going to have to run on, and all-weather tracks tend to favour the leaders. So I'm willing to go up to the 120 on that one. Then we got Gunbower number 2, race 2, number 14. It's had some poor trials and one terrible race. I'm willing to lay that one at any odds. And then Gunbower race 3, number 12. It's had 8 runs, hasn't won. It's not running well enough to win this race, not against this field, so I'm willing to go to 300. And then race 7, number 3. The race is too short for this horse, so I'm willing to go up to the $80. It's more of a long distance horse, and I think this one was about 16 or 1800 metre race. I believe this horse, best form is around that 3,000 metre race length. Then we go to Matoa, number 2, race 2, number 6. It's had 9 starts for 0 wins. It's in a wide barrier. It's likely going to be at the back. I've only gone to 50 because, again, pretty poor field here, and I don't want to risk at extreme odds on this one. It's I just couldn't find stuff in this field that could win. But I've also got number 5 in this one. It gets way too far back, and I doubt it will be able to run on. But again, I've only gone 40, so lower odds just because not much in the race that looks like it can win. And then we've got Mora. It's either Mura or Mora. I'm not exactly sure on the pronunciation. Race 1, number 6. It can put in an okay run, and it has before, but I can't see it winning in this field. So because it can put in that okay run, I'm only going to go to $40. Then we jump to the late racing with Toowoomba. Race 2, number 11. This horse runs best on soft ground. The meeting is rated as good, so I'm willing to go up to the $1,000 odds in this. I can see a few horses that likely win it. And Toowoomba, race 7, number 3. It's had a poor trial and a first race. It needs a lot longer. It is stepping up another 200 metres, so I believe the first race was 1,400 metres, stepping up to 1,600. This looks like it's a 2,000 metre plus horse. So I'm willing to go $40 just because it hasn't run this distance, and I want to see how it does run, but I don't see it winning against the field here in Toowoomba, but that's a pretty late race. So I will leave it there. We are looking pretty good with the profits so far since I've been doing this. We're up $35.69 on that amount risked of $30. So we're over that one unit, if you want to call it that, like one liability that we're risking. And we're up more than 2 if you were to take all of the odds. So another 20 here. We may hit the 500 selections by the end of the weekend. If not, we will hit it early, next Saturday. Definitely is what I would expect. I have been doing some selections midweek, so I'm way past the 500 because I'm probably doing 50 to 100 selections midweek for myself. I am yet to actually have an unsuccessful lay midweek, so I've probably added a few hundred more to this from the midweek. Midweek's a bit different to the weekend. The quality of horses is a lot worse, and that makes the races a little bit more random. So I'm generally leaving quite a few, even at the 151, 201 kind of fixed odds, because I think they can win. There was a horse last night that won at the Sunshine Coast at $400 and something on Betfair starting price. I did do the manual form yesterday, and I did not select that one as a lay. I thought it did have a chance to win. So it just shows that the odds are not always a good indication of how a horse will run, and that people are undervaluing some of the things which I am picking up, where either the horse is good at the distance, the track, it's got blinkers on, it's had a step up in distance, or it's done previously well at this distance or close, or it's improving on its runs. So I'll leave it there, and let's see how we go, and hopefully it's another successful day. And I'll try to get a video up again tomorrow and maybe Monday because it's a public holiday. Okay, let's see how we go. for today. If you are betting, remember to risk only what you can afford to bet, and good luck. See ya.